I'm proud that the fact that the guys fought to the end. That was we were in a position we were almost in a very embarrassing situation at home, and the guys fought to the end. You can't spot a good team, any team for that matter, but certainly not one of the better teams in our league at 20. Were they up 20 or 22 at one point?
22.
22-point lead in the second half, in any half, and expect to win. But I'm proud of the guys. I'm proud of the guys that were out there that fought. They did fight to the end, but when you spot someone a 22-point lead, your margin of error is basically nil, and that's what happened. You know, we don't get a break at the end. We turn it over when we're down 5 with the ball. You got to make, at that point, you got to make every play, and we were not able to do that.
What do you attribute for falling in that kind of deep hole? There was a 7-minute stretch there early in the first half where you didn't score a point.
You know, that's a very good question. I mean, I thought effort-wise, I thought we were there. I thought the guys were trying. We were so bad offensively. We couldn't hold on to the ball, and you got to give Bryant some credit for their defense, but I thought we were like fumbling the ball. It was like we were nervous out there, like it was a championship game. It was like we were playing the Super Bowl, and they just weren't ready to go mentally in that regard. You know, physically, I thought we were fighting physically, but the problem was our half-court defense wasn't so bad. It was we were turning the ball over, and they were getting easy layups in transition. You know, it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop Alex Francis when you got help, let alone one-on-one in transition. And he started the game, I think, 7 for 7 or 6 for 7 or something ridiculous. Yeah. But 3 or 4 of his layups, 3 or 4 of his baskets were transition layups / dunks.
How did you stop in the second half? What changes did you make?
We doubled him. One is we turned the ball over less, where they got out. He didn't get many transition baskets, and every time he caught it in the half court, we trapped, and we did a pretty good job with the traps and a pretty good job rotating out of it. So that was really the difference. Was we turned it over a little less. I don't know how many turnovers we had at the half. I want to say 8, 9 maybe. I don't know if you guys have it there. 8. So we only had 6 in the second half, but our turnovers didn't seem to lead to transition opportunities in the second half like they did in the first half. So that limiting the turnovers with trapping was I thought the difference. I don't know. Did he only take 2 or 3 shots in the second half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got he had 3 shots.
3 shots. So, and he made 1 or 2 of them, but it was 2 for 3 in the second half. So we didn't really stop him, but we stopped him from shooting. You know, obviously he's a terrific player. When he got to the rim, he scored. As a matter of fact, the one time he scored in the half court, we were late with our double, and he beat our guy off the dribble. So that's what happened there.
I noticed Joe O'Shea was frustrating Phil on the glass today. He had 5 offensive rebounds. Did you see anything that you could have changed to maybe limit the success on the glass? And what did you think led to so much success on the glass for O'Shea?
What happened was they were really hurting us in the first half on their ball screens. So we started just switching all the ball screens. So when you do that, you end up having a small guard on a big guy. And for the most part, we did a good job on everyone else, but he seemed to be a tough box out for us. I thought we had a couple times where I thought we had him boxed out. We just didn't go get the ball. And, I thought maybe, could have been over the back, but I think in that situation, you have to go get it and make the official call over the back. We didn't do that. We didn't do a good enough job with that. So I think it was a part to our switching. It helped us against their pick and roll action, but it hurt us on the second shots, and that was the main reason why.
Steve, can you talk about the fight you guys showed in the second half? I mean, down 22 early, and you cut it to 5 with 2 minutes to go and had some chances.
Yeah, we fell in a hole, and in the locker room we said all we need to do is fight, and we played good team defense in the second half, and we kind of frustrated them a little bit.
And you seemed to finally get your shot going. Seemed like you've been struggling from long range for a while, and all of a sudden today, in the second half, everything was going in.
Yeah, I just found an open spot in transition, and our guys did a good job finding me.
Steve, is it hard knowing that when you have your shot down and as much as you would like to get others in the game, knowing you need a scoring outburst from somewhere, is it hard to find that balance between getting others involved and knowing when you have the hot hand to really assert yourself?
No, we have other guys that can put up points for us. Lewis did a good job today. He hit down threes. I think he was 4 for 7 from 3. He played really well. I knew we needed points quick, so threes helped us.
Chris, can you talk about that stretch in the first half there? There was like a 7-minute stretch where you guys just, nothing seemed to go right and they kind of took command. What was going on? Were you just trying too fast to make things happen, or were they doing something defensively to kind of take you out of your rhythm?
We just didn't play with good rhythm. We didn't really do the things that we practice every day. We've been stressing a lot on our rotations, like Coach said, a lot on doubling Francis, and things like that, because we knew we'd have to stop him being a good player. But I just think we didn't do as well of a job as we did in the second half. You know what I mean? And when you do that with a good team like that, they'll expose you in certain spots, and they did. And the first half was big for them.
Can you talk about that the second half comeback you guys put on? I mean, it's got to show you some hope for early in these last 7, 8, 9 games down the stretch. You guys can make something happen if.
I mean, yeah, it showed hope for sure, but we got to figure out how to put it together for 40 minutes and stop banging on hope. We got to get a win. I mean, yeah, it's encouraging, of course, but the truth is we're all frustrated because we know we could play like that for a full game and win. The result could be different. I think I speak for a lot of guys when I say that, including Coach. We want results, and lately we haven't been given them.
Chris, you were just talking about the second half and how you want to put it together for 40 minutes, but I thought you got offensive spurts in the second half, direct result of good defense. Were there any changes that you guys made, or was it what was it like guarding these guys when they were that hot, particularly Maynard and Starks?
Well, we know those guys are good players. We've been playing against them for a while. You got to make them miss shots. That's how it is. You got to make them miss shots. If you sit back and relax, they're going to score, and they're going to score. That's what they do. And we have a respect for guys like Maynard and Francis and Starks as well. But when we locked in and we played team defense and we rotated and we trust the guy next to us, we took those guys out of the game. But we got to figure out how to do that more often. You know what I mean?
Questions?
Recently, starting off slow has almost become a trend. Do you think it's more psychological, or do you think it's just coincidence from going to one opponent to the next? And do you think this team is just as high self-esteem when starting the game as they have been from the very start of the season?
That's for me.
Yeah.
Today, I thought our offensive rhythm was off. So our slow starts have been because we haven't been stopping people. That was not necessarily the case. I think our half-court defense was okay. I don't know what it was percentage-wise, but I thought we were pretty locked in. We were so out of sync offensively, and that was leading to easy baskets. So why we were out of sync offensively, there's 2 teams on the court, so it would not be right and fair to not give Bryant credit for having a good defensive game plan in there. They were kind of playing off, they were kind of daring us to shoot, and we couldn't make any shots. So we probably didn't make a good adjustment. We were trying to drive the ball when they're playing 3 or 4 feet off us, and that's probably what led to some of our turnovers. So we need to make adjustments, either be more patient or take what the defense gives us. Now, our guys are trying not to settle for jump shots, but they were really playing way off us, and we missed some open shots. And so that kind of caused a little frustration, and then we started forcing some drives that led to some turnovers. And then there's some bad plays too, So, we've started well, we've started poorly. We haven't changed our routine as much as far as the warm-up, because I don't think that's the issue. I think we have to just play better. I think, we have to be a little more crisp offensively, locked in defensively, and there's no secret to that. One of the reasons we went on a run is we started making some shots, and then we got a couple stops, and then it kind of kind of started snowballing for us in a positive direction. So, you know, I feel terrible about the loss, but we did show some signs that we still have a lot of fight in us, you know, and I think that's important. It's important as a coach, and I hope it's important for, you know, people that come to the games, that they say, hey, these guys are still fighting to the end, and so I am proud of that, and we just got to continue to do that. We have to continue. There's no, you know, we're going to see what our character is, and again, there's people with a lot of character that don't win, but how you lose is important too, you know. And I thought we showed a lot of fight, and we will show. You know, character. You really see someone's character when things aren't going your way, and I think you saw grit and character, and I hope it doesn't go unnoticed by me. It's appreciated, and I hope that at some point we'll be rewarded for that. You know, so we haven't been now. We haven't been to this point in the year. Hopefully, going forward, we will be.
All right, thanks, guys.